Ooh, what's good, Commanders fans? Quick video here. I am a little late. I had a busy night yesterday with the Wizards playing their first game. They looked pretty darn bad. They got blown out by the Indiana Pacers. They gave up 143 points. That's how it's going to look basically the whole season. They probably won't even get to 24 wins for the Wizards, but it is what it is. They're rebuilding. They're going to get a top 5 pick, which should be the plan for the Wizards. But let's get back to the Commanders. So just some quick news. There's been a bunch of rumors and scuttlebutt. This one is from Nicki Jhabvala. This was the latest one that came out yesterday at 11:51 a.m. She says one team has made a trade offer to the Commanders for defensive end Montez Sweat, but none so far have offered for defensive end Chase Young per source. Unclear of the terms of the offer for Sweat. Now, Sam 48 said that at best, an anonymous GM said that at best you could get a 4th-round pick for Chase Young or for Montez Sweat, or 5th or a 4th, which is very disrespectful. I do think you can get a 3rd-round compensatory pick for either one if they leave in free agency. I think possibly a 2nd-round pick is something that they could get for Montez Sweat or Chase Young, and I think that would be best case scenario. I don't know if you can get a 1st. I know. Shout out to my guy Pedro Smith. He said Bradley Chubb got traded for a 1st. I did look at the trade details for the Bradley Chubb trade for the pass rusher from the Broncos got traded to the Dolphins. The Dolphins traded Chase Edmonds, the running back, a 2024 4th-round pick, and a 1st-round pick to the Broncos for Bradley Chubb and a 2025 5th-rounder. So we could possibly send Montez Sweat and a 5th-round pick for maybe a 1st-round pick. Maybe a team may be desperate, like the Ravens. They're looking for a pass rusher. The Bears, all Bears fans are always begging for Chase Young. A lot of teams are begging for Chase Young. The Steelers, Mike Tomlin, he loves Chase Young. He probably likes Montez Sweat as well. So those are just some names out there, some teams that probably would be interested in trading for Chase Young. There's always a random team that may come out of nowhere and try to get Montez Sweat as well. So, but if you had to choose between the two, I do think the front office most likely will go with keeping Chase Young. Just, he is more of a popular player. He's the guy that's on billboards more. Montez Sweat has been more consistent. Montez Sweat has 5.5 sacks right now. Chase Young has about 5 as well. They're both having pretty darn good seasons, and I think their trade value has gone up. The only thing is just that, the injury with Chase Young and the inconsistency with him. But I don't think that Ron really wants to trade either one because, he wants to still win games and keep his job. But I think Josh Harris and Magic Johnson, they may step in and say, hey, we got to make these moves to get draft compensation. Either one is going to leave because it's going to be hard to pay both. A lot of guys are going to be free agents next year. They may try to keep both, but I don't see it happening. Kendall Fuller's a free agent. Curtis Samuel's a free agent. Antonio Gibson's a free agent. Did I already say Cam Curl, Kendall Fuller, Curtis Samuel, Gibson? Jacoby Brissett's going to be a free agent too, so his $10 million is going to go off the books as well. So they're going to have a lot of money, but they're going to have a lot of guys that they need to, that are talented guys that they want to bring back. So if you know you're not going to bring back Montez Sweat or only going to bring back one, you definitely should get a 2nd-round pick at least for Montez Sweat. I think Montez Sweat, if I had to bet money, I think Montez Sweat is going to be traded after the Eagles game. If they lose that game, they certainly should be sellers, and I think they will be sellers because most likely we will lose to the Eagles. It's going to be uphill. I think it's going to be a close game, though. I will say that. I think it's going to be a close game, but most likely they will lose to the Eagles on Sunday. So we'll see what happens with that. Either one, I think Ron's going to try to win games. But that's so no teams have made an offer for Chase Young, which is surprising but not surprising, but teams have made an offer for Montez Sweat because they know he's just more durable. He's just been healthier more consistent. But I do think Chase Young has the talent, and if he hits his untapped potential, then I do think he would be a great player. But Montez Sweat, I think unfortunately he's gonna be one of those guys who gets traded or leaves. And he could have a Preston Smith type of career, or just improve like how Preston Smith did when he left Washington and he became an All-Pro a pass rusher. Now Bradley Chubb, you look at some of his numbers. He had 12 sacks his rookie year, 7.5 sacks in 2020, 8 sacks in 2022. So his numbers are pretty similar to Montez Sweat, except for that rookie season. That's the only time where he's really had a better season than Montez Sweat or Chase Young. Other than that, he's been pretty kind of middle of the pack average, 8-7 sacks a game, which is pretty good though. It's not bad at all. All right, so let's move on to Phidarian Mathis here. Phidarian Mathis, they opened up this 21-day window for him to come back and play. So this guy has played in a half, and that's it. Our 2nd-round picks right now, they barely play. All our rookies have barely played or gotten benched. And Ron Rivera, his last 2 draft classes have been average at best or mid at best. Cole Turner, I think he deserves more playing time. Sam Howell's been okay. He's been up and down. He looks like a young quarterback. Cole Turner just hasn't gotten any playing time. But this year's draft class, and then Brian Robinson has been good, but he hasn't really been good this year. Really hasn't gotten opportunities. I think we need to run the football more anyway. But for Darian Mathis, him being a second-round pick and just not getting anything from him, and you already paid Deron Payne and bringing it for Darian Mathis, and it just looked like they should have, in hindsight, of course, they should have drafted an offensive lineman. They should have went guard or tackle, anything other than defensive tackle. So Ron Rivera's last two drafts have certainly been average at best, and that's just being nice at this point. So, all right, you guys, I'm gonna wrap it up here. You guys, let me know what you guys think. Will we see anything from Darian Mathis in the next 21 days if he comes in? I think John Ridgway has really been more productive than him. He has been more productive than Fedarian Mathis. Fedarian Mathis hadn't played at all. So, but yeah, we'll see. I think in the whole compensatory pick thing, just think about Chase Young and Montez Sweat. You got to wait a year for it to come in. So if it is a fourth or a third, if it's just a fourth, then you might as well wait for the comp pick. But if you don't want to wait, then just go ahead and get it now. But you could wait until 2025 to get that comp pick. But if you really want it to happen now and get that fourth round pick, you really like the guys in this upcoming draft, this 2024 draft, then I guess go ahead and make the move. Go ahead and make the move with Trey Montez Sweat. But I like I said, you got to get a third round pick. Really a third round pick or second round pick. You got to get either one. And if you can get a first, then I think you definitely have to answer the phone and make the move. So, all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. I would not trade him for a fourth. It would have to be a second or a first for either one, to be honest with you. So, all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. Hail the Commanders. Peace.